Hi everyone, it's Laurie again. I just wanted to pop on real quickly before the light goes and do days 25 and 26 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot. Day 25 is if I had to read tarot for 5 people, who would it be? And day 26 is what tarot piece of advice has been most helpful. So if I had to read tarot for 5 people, I really can't wait to see what other people's answers are for this, because I was kind of torn. You know, if you can read for 5 people all through history, I mean, that's so many people. And if you think about tarot being potentially a tool for helping people, there are a lot of people who you think, wow, you know, would it be possible to step into somebody's life at a specific time and help them? I mean, at least that's the kind of thing that I think of. Or if you're the kind of person who thinks the tarot can kind of give insight or even work in a divination way, you know, would you want to read tarot for Abraham Lincoln before he went to the Ford Theater, or for John F. Kennedy before going to Dallas, or you know, something along those lines. So it's a little bit tricky. So what I decided I was going to do instead was just kind of think, who would it be fun to sit with and do a tarot reading for? That made it a little bit easier for me. And now, one of my huge heroes, which I've talked about before in these videos, if any of you have watched my videos in the past, if you have, thank you. I've talked about being a student of Rudolf Steiner for probably 2 decades at least. And having read just about everything that has been translated into English, books, lectures. So I think Rudolf Steiner would probably be somebody who I would like to read for. At the same time, I don't know. I guess he might be as likely to tell me what they say as I would be, you know, to tell him what they say. So I don't know. But I'd definitely like to do that. Also, I think I would like to read tarot for my great-grandmother on my dad's side, who we called her Big Mama, not because she was a big person. She was a very tiny person, just because that's what the kids had called her ever since she was a grandma. My dad was from Tennessee, and so she was my Big Mama, and I really loved her. I didn't get to know her that well because she died when I was pretty young, and she didn't live near us. She lived in the South. I'm in Pennsylvania, and then she ended up moving near one of her older daughters to a nursing home. So I didn't get to meet her very often, but I think I would have liked to have read tarot for her because it just would have given me a chance to spend some time with her. Then, from just a fun point of view, I think I would like to read tarot for Stephen Fry, because I really like Stephen Fry. And I don't think he would believe in tarot at all. And I think he would completely try to disprove the whole thing and just be really, really cynical. And I think that could be kind of fun, especially if it did end up hitting the nail on the head. Probably wouldn't admit it anyway, but that might be kind of fun. So how many have I got? 3. 4 and 5. Who would I like to read tarot for? Okay, so I think the 4th person who I would like to read tarot for is probably Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. My kids have been really big Sherlock Holmes fans long before the television show. And so I think I have listened to most of the books on tape, most of the radio shows with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, and watched all of the Jeremy Bretts about 1,000 times, where he played Sherlock Holmes and was fantastic. And I've seen a couple of movies and some different things that actually involved Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, particularly with his beliefs in the spiritualist movement and different things like that. I read a book about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's conversations back and forth with Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini was very much a skeptic, and of course Doyle was a true believer. And those were really interesting. That was a really interesting book. Those were really interesting conversations. So I think I would really like to read tarot for Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, especially maybe at different points in his life, because that could be really fascinating. You know, if I could kind of jump in along the timeline at different points in his life and read tarot for him there and kind of see how things changed and everything else. And the fifth person I would like to read tarot for, I'm going to say I would like to read tarot for somebody today in the world who could change kind of the direction the world is going right now. So I'm not sure that I have a particular person in mind, because I'm really not sure who that person might be. But if there was somebody that I could read tarot for that would help them see, like, what am I, a world leader, or yeah, somebody who's like a world leader, not necessarily the leader of a country, but somebody who's like important and who other people listen to, and maybe like read for them where they could see this path that I'm on, or this belief system that I hold, or this way that I treat people, particularly people that are vulnerable or whatever. Where is that taking me? Where is it coming from? Where is it taking me? What do I need to look at? Because, you know, even the act of having a tarot reading can sometimes just shift the whole energy and the whole internal dialogue of a person completely, so that the path that they're on changes just because their eyes have been opened because of something in particular. So I guess I would really want to read for I don't even know, frankly, who is a truly influential world leader. I mean, I know at this point when I'm making this film, I know the kind of people that are holding power, and I know the kind of people that may still be in power in 6 months or may not still be in power in 6 months in different parts of the world. I'm not sure, like, what one voice could make a difference. But if I knew who that person was, I think it might be nice. And if I was like a trusted advisor, I mean, that's not going to happen. But if I could, you know, wouldn't it be nice to be able to read for them and cause them to kind of take a look at what they're doing and rethink their life? I mean, I've seen it in little small pieces when you read for a person who's just in front of you. A lot of times their whole life changes. And if you could read for somebody who's has the power to change the world, that could be kind of important. All right, so that was a downer. So now on that, I'm going to do day 26. What piece of advice has been the most beneficial for me in reading tarot? Okay, let's think. What piece of advice has been most beneficial for me? Okay, I think I would say that, you know, early on, a while ago, before I was feeling very confident about reading tarot in public, before I would even think about talking about tarot on video and showing how ignorant I am on video, I didn't feel like I knew everything, and then I couldn't read for other people because I didn't know everything yet. And being a Virgo, I am never ever going to know everything to the point where my Virgo me is satisfied with how much I know, because I never think I know enough, and I will never think I know enough. I don't think I've read enough. I don't think I've done enough. I don't think I've, you know, it's a never ending for me, which is nice in a way, because there's an infinite number of paths and things that I can learn and do. And so it's endless. This quest for knowledge and interesting things and rabbit trails and everything is endless for somebody when you're a Virgo, I think. But I would have never started reading. And someone finally just said to me, the teacher in the course I'm taking just said to me, just do it, just do it. Just do it, just read. Just do it and read. And I'm really glad that she said that, because that is the act of doing the reading is what makes the intuition happen, is what makes me better at reading tarot. There's a quote, and I believe it's by St. Augustine, where he says it's solved by walking. And what that means basically is the problem is solved as soon as you start to walk forward in the problem. You start to solve the problem, and learning and starting to read. Just start reading for other people. That made me a better tarot reader, and it ties in a lot with my approach to Reiki. And this was when I was a Reiki student, and now that I teach Reiki. If you don't know, I'm a Reiki master teacher. I treat Reiki. I'm a practitioner. I treat Reiki. I practice Reiki. I treat clients, and I teach students. And one of the things that I tell all of my students all the time is that you can't get any better at Reiki by learning more, or by trying to meditate more, or by trying to get smarter, or read more books, or anything like that. You don't get better at Reiki by trying harder. You get better at Reiki by doing more Reiki. And that's it. Just go out and do more Reiki. Yeah, all those other things are going to help you to be a better person. They will help your confidence. They will help calm your mind, maybe. They will do a lot for you internally on your own spiritual work. But as far as making you better at Reiki, there isn't any kind of magic that makes you better at Reiki. Just do more Reiki, and that makes you better at Reiki. And similarly, I mean, I don't think simply going out, I don't think tarot and Reiki are similar in that way, that tarot is something that requires not just intuition, but it also requires, I think, a very certain base level of knowledge. And so it's not identical. I mean, it's not completely equivalent. You know, they're not equivalencies, but I think it's very similar that when maybe before you're quite ready, maybe give it a whirl anyway. If you wait till you're ready before you do readings for people, you might not ever feel ready. Bottom line, that was the advice given to me. If I wait until I'm ready, I might not ever feel ready. So, yeah, that's the best piece of advice. So, all right, that's it for me. I'm losing the daylight, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.